The following footage is brought to you by WouldYouKindly.com.
Is Injustice God Among Us an epic game to remember, or does it stink like a fish up Aquaman's ass? Find out as the game machine starts now. Unlike most fighters, Injustice has a deep and entertaining story mode. A series of events happens which turns Superman into a huge dick. And if you don't think Superman can't be a huge dick, read superdickery.com. He has a history of being a dick. It also turns out that Batman has summoned the heroes from alternate reality to take down Super Dick. Now, did I mention he was a dick? The story mode is told with some cutscenes, and there are even some mini-games that are thrown in between battles, but it would have been a lot better without him. While the story won't win any Oscars, it does feel like a comic book story, and if you don't think too much about it, you'll pretty much enjoy it. Oh, and they actually made Aquaman kinda cool. Why are you laughing? Seriously, he's not that bad. Never mind.
Now, who's this High Council? The one who's turned you into a second-rate thug?
I'll show you second-rate.
Talk! You! Now!
Okay. Let's talk about the mess of trouble you're in. And how I'm gonna knock that head sideways.
The presentation in Injustice is kind of a mixed bag. While the graphics aren't super amazing, they don't look bad, but they're nothing special. It does feel faithful to the source material. While most of the moves you pull off look pretty neat and fine, the super's what really steal the show. Like when Super Dick knocks someone out into the outer space and pummels them back to Earth, it's so super satisfying. Mirror matches can be a pain, especially if they're wearing the same exact costume, and then you'll end up getting confused as to who you are and may get your ass kicked. The environments really animate well and look really awesome, and there is a ton of them to choose from. The voice acting is very enjoyable. While it's not The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and the Tooth Fairy, but it is pretty good for what it is. The big downfall in this game is the music. It's just dull and you can barely hear it. And yes, I know, it's dramatic, and it's supposed to be super serious, and yeah, I get it. But fighting games have catchy, exciting music, get you pumped, get you ready to beat somebody up, and just go pow, pow, pow. But this game doesn't, and it's just forgettable. It just needs some catchier music to get you excited, punch people in the face.
You are a fool.
So let's get into the sexy meat and potatoes of Injustice, the gameplay. The fighting is fluid and it feels satisfying. It feels more polished and so much better than Mortal Kombat 9, which is really neat. This game does share some things with MK, but it does feel different enough to be its own thing, and that's what I really like. You can also set combos Street Fighter style, which is really great for people like me. And last but not least, you can hold back to block. Frickin' yay! What sets Injustice apart is that you can use environment to deal damage. You can throw a car at somebody if you're superhuman, or if you're a regular dude like Batman, you can just run people over with a motorcycle, and all kinds of other stuff. You can knock people out into other parts of the stage and make them fly and hit things and break their neck and stuff. It's really cool. The only downfall is that wager system. You bet a part of your super bar and gain some health and knock an opponent back, which is quite annoying, and you end up losing bar, and if you want to use it near the end of the match to pull off a super, you can't, and I don't really know how you win. It's really kind of dumb. Other than that, the combat is really great. One thing NetherRealms is good at is adding a ton of modes and features. You got a beefy story mode, unique challenge ladders, Star Lab mode, which gives you different challenges to complete, and there is one thing that's important to any fighter nowadays, and that's online. The online here isn't too bad. It's way better than MK9, but still not perfect. but it does play pretty well. You have ranked matches and some really cool player-type matches. Of course, you got the regular 1v1. You also have the King of the Hill mode and a new survival mode. If you're a fan of Soul Calibur 5's lobby system, you'll really appreciate what they did here, as it's pretty much the same. You can even wager experience points on other people's matches. Other than some tweaking to the online, there are some balance issues. Like, for example, spammers can get really freaking trigger happy here. And it can ruin an experience, especially if you get matched up with a super dick. You can unlock new costumes and other cool things as well.
He esperado mucho tiempo para esto. Now I break your back.
Injustice Gods Among Us is a good fighting game. While gameplay-wise I still prefer my Capcom and Arc System fighters, Injustice is still a lot of fun. Pros will have a blast at this game, and if you're a casual fighting game player, it has a ton of content. Don't let a super dick stop you from playing Injustice Gods Among Us. Just tell him you think Aquaman's cooler, I'm sure that'll make him cry. Till next time, game on.
I'm Aquaman, but you can call me handsome guy.